from RTO here. Welcome to a one-off album review. And today we're looking at an album that was recorded by someone called Susan Janet Ballion, but we know her as Siouxsie Sioux. Now, obviously we've done Siouxsie and the Banshees and the Creatures, and although she's appeared and done a lot of collaborations with people like Basement Jaxx and Morrissey, I was surprised that she's only ever put out one debut solo album, and it's Mantaray, and it just goes under the name of Siouxsie. Now, Mantaray was released in 2007, 4 years after the final Creatures album, and after her first solo tour in 2004. But Siouxsie wanted to collaborate with other musicians. She met Steve Evans and Charlie Jones. Both of them arranged the songs and produced this record. So playing on here, doing the vocals of course, is the wonderful Siouxsie Sioux. Steve Evans is guitars, ukulele and programming. Charlie Jones plays the bass guitar, upright bass, Rhodes piano, synths, piano and auto harp. Clive Dreamer plays the drums. Percussionist Hossam Ramsey, Ken Dewar. The Noko does some guitars, keyboards and programming. Phil Andrews, guitars, keyboards and programming. Terry Edwards, saxophone, trumpet and the flugelhorn. Ted Benham, the hammer, dulcimer and xylophone. David Rossi arranges the strings. So interesting people on here. So the first track on this album is called Into a Swan. Starts off with a little bit of distortion sound, which is really good, and then Siouxsie starts singing. Really goes back to the early days of Siouxsie and the Banshees. This track, it's a great little rocker, and Siouxsie's vocal is as strong as ever. Absolutely great track. I love playing that one. About to Happen, one of my favourite tracks on here. I love the riffs, they're so strong. There's some strange drumming going on here, but it all fits, of course. It all fits. Fine vocal from Siouxsie as ever. Another really strong song. Here Comes the Day is the next track, my favourite track on here. This is a track there she takes elements of the Banshees, elements of the Creatures, because the drumming is very sort of budgy from the Creatures. The guitar work is very Banshees, and then you throw in Siouxsie's wonderful vocals, and what a great track. It's got brass on this, something you don't really associate with Siouxsie, but it's just great. Absolutely solid track. Then we get Loveless, another great track. It's got an amazing guitar solo on it for a start. It's got some vibraphone and xylophone on it. It's got a great vocal from Siouxsie. Catchy tune. What more do you need? Next track is called If It Doesn't Kill You. Another favourite of my tracks on here. Now when you listen to this, you sort of get an idea that Amy Winehouse may have been into Siouxsie, because you listen to this and you think, oh yeah, you can imagine Amy Winehouse singing this. It's just great. That would have been a great duo, wouldn't it? Siouxsie Sioux and Amy Winehouse. That would have been great. It's just a fantastic track. I love that track. 1 Mile Below. This reminds me, this could have come off Boomerang when she was by the Creatures. It's got that sort of feel to it. It's got all them sounds and ambient noises, and oh, it's just really good. It's just a tremendous track. Drone Sounds. It's a vocal is very droney. It's a clever little track. The percussion on this is really good, and it's just one of them little bit of saxophone in it as well, which adds to it. Really, really strong song. Then we have Sea of Tranquility, probably one of Siouxsie's best vocals on here. It's just got an atmospheric, hooky, catchy melody. Really strong track. And then we have They Follow You. It's one of the catchy tunes on it. It sounds quite commercial. It's probably one of the most commercial things I've heard Siouxsie do. But I love it. It's a really catchy tune. Heaven and Alchemy. Oh, it's got some wonderful piano on here. It's a very sort of 1960s pastiche pop song. And you can imagine someone like Dusty Springfield or Sandy Shaw singing this. It's a great delivery by Siouxsie, and it's a great track to end this album. So when this album came out, Mantaray, it received very, very positive reviews from the music critics. Natusha Abibi of Pitchfork wrote, "She's really pop," before finishing the review with declaration, "It's a success." Concerning of the quality of the songs, journalist Charlotte Heathcote noted impressively, "There's not a let-down track on this album," and a perfectionist attention to detail, see synth, strings, wind and percussion used creatively. Mojo praised the songs and the arrangement, saying, "It's a thirst of sonic adventure." Even the Times said that her steely toned voice is belugging as ever. Similarly, the Telegraph critic Andrew Perry noted she sounds passionate. Q's Gary Mulholland published the review saying Siouxsie's voice is rich and essential as ever. So yeah, they loved it. The ratings, AllMusic gave it a 3.5. BBC gave it favourable. The Guardian 3. Metro gave it a 4-star. Q3. Pitchfork 7.3. Slant Magazine gave it 4 stars. Spin 3.5. The Times 4, and Uncut 3. Did the fans like it? Well, it got in the French charts at 132 and the UK album charts at number 39. Considering in 2007 what was going on, that's pretty good. It also got number 10 in the Scottish charts, but in the indie chart of the UK, got to number 5 because there's still a lot of fans out. What do I think of this? There is not one bad track on this album. Every track is good. Different sorts of music. You get jazz, you get blues, you get pop, you get rock, you get punk. Some of the finest vocal performances Siouxsie's ever done, I think. It's a shame that we've never had anything else, but this is just Siouxsie at her best, I think. And I'm going to give this an RTO ranking of 8.5. So there we go. That's all for today, but I'll be back tomorrow with Richard, and we're going to look at our favourite punk songs, with a bit of cheating from me. But I will talk about that tomorrow, so that's coming up tomorrow. So have a good day, everyone, and bye for now.